Hello guys and welcome back to Europa League predictions. We are now back with the Europa League semi-final first leg predictions today, and there's some big games to predict as Manchester United go away to Athletic Club Bilbao and Tottenham are at home to Bodo Glimt. Before we get into the predictions guys, as always be sure to share your predictions down below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my predictions. It's fair enough if you disagree, just let me know why your predictions are right, and make sure to support the video. Let's go for 2,000 likes. It takes 2 seconds to hit the thumbs up button, and be sure to subscribe. Like I say, it really does go a long way in helping this channel grow, and I've really enjoyed the Europa League predictions, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more. And we will be back predicting the Europa League semi-final second legs next week. Quickly, just before we get into the predictions, I'm just going to mention my Europa League quarter-final predictions from last time, where I had 1 or 2 people give me a little bit of stick in the comments. I was right about Manchester United getting through, I was right about Bodo Glimt getting through, I was right about Tottenham getting through, and I did do one bold prediction saying Rangers would beat Athletic Club Bilbao, which was wrong. So I did get one of them wrong, but if you don't chuck in any surprise predictions, then these predictions become very predictable. Let's see what I predict this time. We start, of course, with Athletic Club Bilbao versus Manchester United, a massive game in both teams' seasons. How will this one play out? They've both done fantastic in the competition so far. Bilbao, of course, finished second in the league phase, Manchester United in third, and they're really going to fancy their chances. The same as I said for yesterday in the Champions League video, you could make an argument that any of these 4 teams left in the Europa League could go on to win this competition. Manchester United, of course, have won it before. They're a massive club. They might be underperforming, but they have been doing well in Europe this season. And Bilbao will really fancy their chances. Not lost at home in the Europa League all season, and they would be at home in the final because the final is being held in Bilbao. Who is going to get there? First legs can be cagey, they can be tense, they can be very low scoring affairs, but who knows, it could be a really open one. Manchester United last time, 5-4 winners over Lyon, and blimmin' heck, it was so dramatic with Harry Maguire popping up with a last minute header to win the game, and they won 7-6 on aggregate. If you predicted that, then fair play. I don't think many people would have predicted that. It was absolutely bonkers. It was a game that showed Manchester United at their best and at their worst. I don't necessarily trust Manchester United. I've said that plenty of times on the channel this season. They are vulnerable, and this is definitely a game they could lose. I could see Bilbao winning this one. As I say, Bilbao have won every home game in the Europa League this season. They've got to capitalise on the home advantage, whereas Manchester United, you'd fancy them more at Old Trafford. So if Manchester United can get out of this game with a draw, that is a lot better for them. But then who knows, anything could still happen in the second leg. What is my prediction? Oh gosh, Manchester United have been so poor in the Premier League this season, but their season does hang on this. They could finish 16th in the Premier League, but if they go on to win the Europa League, then they're in the Champions League next season, and it kind of covers over a poor Premier League season. It's still not great because, you know, you consider the size of club, but it would still be something considering all the troubles they're having. Amorim, as I've touched on before, has done fantastic in Europe with Manchester United this season, and of course did fantastic with Sporting in the Champions League earlier this season. But I'm not too sure if Manchester United win this, but I think they could possibly get a draw. I think they're going to be on the back foot. I expect Bilbao to go for this, but my prediction for this first leg is 1-1. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here, which, as I say, is a better result for Manchester United, but still leaves things all to play for. I'm just struggling to separate them. I do make Bilbao favourites, as I say, winning every home game in the Europa League this season, but then you've got Man United, who've not lost a Europa League game all season, so you can say what you want about Man United, but they are performing well in this competition, even if they are a little bit crash, bang, wallop. So my prediction is 1-1. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments on that game, the first one on Thursday night. The second game then is in the English capital as Tottenham Hotspur take on Bodo Glimt, and it's crazy to think we're going to get one of these in the final. Now, Tottenham Hotspur have been so poor in the Premier League this season. They've been honestly dreadful. They could finish 17th. However, just like Manchester United, all of their attention turns to the Europa League, but they've got to go and deliver. First of all, for the fact that Tottenham haven't won a trophy in absolutely ages, and Ange has said that he wins things in his second season. Second of all, it would give them Champions League football next year, and what a disappointing season it would be if they don't win this and they finish 17th in the Premier League. That is shockingly bad. It's not going to be easy though. Bodo Glimt have been a real surprise package in the Europa League this season. They might have finished in 9th place in the league phase. Meanwhile, Tottenham, of course, were up in the top 8. They finished in 4th. But it's in the knockout stages that Bodo Glimt have really impressed me. They did fantastic to get past Olympiacos, and they also, of course, got past Lazio in the last round, winning on penalties. The thing is, Bodo Glimt are very, very good at home. I don't fancy them as much away from home, and they are away first. So for Bodo Glimt, it's really important to come here and not let that first game get away from them. Whereas for Tottenham, I think they've got to win this one. Now, I know that Tottenham did very well away from home at Eintracht Frankfurt last time, and they actually drew the home game first. But I really do feel like Tottenham have got to win this one. Even if it's just by 1 goal, you don't want to go to Bodo Glimt needing the win. How do I see this playing out then? Honestly, not that sure. You've got 2 teams that you can make a very good case for getting to the final, and imagine if one of these wins it. I mean, Bodo Glimt would be an incredible underdog story, because how often do you see a Norwegian team get far in a European competition? And for Tottenham, I know they got to the Champions League, they got to the Champions League final 6 years ago, but other than that, it's not really like they've been performing well in European competitions since. Oh, goodness me. I'm not sure, you know. I think Tottenham might be able to do it. They've got to. Ange has got to rally these players. It's his job on the line. It's Tottenham's season on the line. And I think Tottenham might just win this. Before I give you my prediction, I will just point out, for Tottenham fans, I did back you to beat Eintracht Frankfurt 2-1, which you did, on aggregate. I did back you to lose 2-1 to Forest. Sorry, but I was right about that as well. And then in the last video I did on the Premier League predictions, I said this. Liverpool 5-1. I think Spurs 5-1. Yeah, I think Spurs might get 1 goal, but I think Liverpool will run them ragged. And, of course, it came true. I was right. Liverpool did beat Tottenham 5-1 as they went on to win the Premier League. Obviously, Liverpool have more to play for. I genuinely think Tottenham might flatline in the Premier League this season, but if it's any consolation, Tottenham fans, I think you've got a very good chance of getting to the Europa League final. And I know what you're asking. Go on, Matt. You've been right with the last couple of Tottenham predictions. What are you going for here? Please say you're backing Tottenham. I am. I'm going to go Tottenham 2, Bodo Glimt 1. I think it could still be quite close going into that second leg. I would just fancy Tottenham to get it done if they can win the home leg, but as I say, it's going to be difficult away at Bodo Glimt for the second leg. If Tottenham can win by more than 1 goal though, that'd give them a massive chance of getting to the final. But with Tottenham, you never know. So let's see what happens when we meet up for the Europa League predictions next week for those second legs. And that wraps it up, guys. That is my first leg predictions for the Europa League semi-finals. As I say, there's only 2 games, so there's no excuses for you not getting your comments down below and letting me know your predictions. Like I say, if you disagree, that's fair enough, but just be respectful in the comments. Honestly, I'm really struggling with these ones. I mean, I have got a couple of predictions right in the Europa League and Champions League, but they're really hard to separate. There's not a lot to separate these teams. You know, you've got good teams here, and as I say, any of them could win it. I will be back predicting the Europa League next week for those second legs, so be sure to see me there. Drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos, and good luck to all 4 of these teams in the Europa League first legs. Let's see what happens. Take care, everyone, and peace out.